Today, I'm going to walk you through a powerful production workflow that saves me massive amounts of time while making my projects look undeniably cinematic. We are going to blend VFX, some smart image to video AI magic, and Vizard's distribution engine to turn a single long-form project into a massive content stack. It all started with a wide shot of a house that I really wanted to use as an establishing shot for my latest film. The composition and the lighting were perfect, but it was just a static photograph, which immediately breaks the immersion when you see it on screen. The flatness of a still image makes it obvious that it is not actual video footage, so we need to breathe some artificial life into it. My first go-to trick in DaVinci Resolve is to open the effects panel and search for a camera shake effect. You want to really crush the intensity here because we are aiming for subtle handheld movement, not an earthquake. Pull the speed way down, minimize the rotation, and add just a touch of scale to simulate that organic feeling of a real lens. If camera shake feels a bit too chaotic for your specific shot, the dynamic zoom tool is another fantastic basic option. Turn it on in the inspector and dial in a very slow, subtle push or pull, which reads much more like intentional cinematography. Adding a bit of film grain on an adjustment layer over the top is another secret that makes the image feel like organic film stock. Our eyes are conditioned to see micro variations in every frame, so that dancing grain convinces the brain that the image is alive. Masking and manually nudging tree branches can simulate wind, but honestly, that is usually far too fiddly to be worth the effort. That is exactly why I have recently started relying on image-to-video AI tools for these specific, tricky shots. Services like Artlist are great because they handle stock music and sound effects, but their image animation tools are surprisingly capable. I uploaded my still photo, told the AI to add a gentle jib shot, and it generated a believable clip with natural motion in the leaves. It even handled the perspective shifts and parallax, which would have taken hours to pull off manually inside a traditional NLE. However, keep in mind that every tool has its own specific limitations and purpose in your pipeline. While some platforms are excellent for animation and assets, they do not automatically slice your film into a week of viral shorts. That is exactly where a tool like Vizard becomes the final, essential piece of the puzzle. Before we get to the distribution, let me show you how I integrated that AI clip into my film while maintaining continuity. The next scene in my project had a very specific window with unique curtains that the AI-generated house did not match. To solve this, I combined both worlds, the AI for the camera motion and DaVinci Resolve's Fusion page for precise VFX. I brought the original still into Fusion and used a merge node to layer it directly over the animated house clip. Then, I used a polygon mask to carefully cut out the exact window shape, making it match the scene perfectly. After a bit of color correction to match the gamma and tint of the environment, it looked like it belonged right there. I even utilized the planar tracker to lock that window into the scene, so it moved perfectly with the camera motion. The takeaway here is that AI gives you speed, but combining it with traditional VFX tools gives you the precision you need for continuity. Once my project was finished and fully graded, I had the perfect long-form video, but that was just the beginning. Instead of manually scrubbing hours of footage to find clips, I uploaded the entire video directly to Vizard. Vizard's auto-editing AI is the real time saver here, as it automatically scans the footage to find those high engagement moments. It looks for punchlines, emotional beats, and visually compelling frames, and then it generates multiple platform-ready shorts for you. You can quickly preview these clips, make minor adjustments if needed, and export them without wasting hours in the timeline. Scheduling used to be a separate, tedious task, but Vizard's auto-schedule feature handles the posting queue across all your platforms. This allows you to set your preferred posting times, ensuring you maintain a consistent content flow without logging in every single day. The content calendar is my favorite management tool, giving me a visual overview of exactly what is going out and when. For creators juggling multiple projects or shows, having that single pane of glass view is honestly invaluable. You could try to stitch this workflow together with separate tools, but that just leads to constant file exporting and re-encoding. Vizard intentionally sits at the intersection of creative editing and distribution, effectively removing the repetitive work. It won't replace your creative software, but it definitely stops you from babysitting every single post you make. My advice is to keep your master timeline organized by labeling takes and marking timestamps for potential clips while you are still editing. When you are using image-to-video generators, export a few motion variants to see which one matches the plate the best. And if you find that a Vizard-generated clip needs a bit of context, you can add a second or two of lead-in audio with one click. This hybrid approach of VFX fixes, creative AI animation, and distribution automation has completely changed my production schedule. It is faster, it looks more professional, and it puts your content in front of more people without requiring a full-time social media team. If you enjoy building lean, practical workflows, I highly recommend blending these tools together for your next big project. You will be surprised how much one animated still or a perfectly placed VFX window can elevate the entire quality of your piece. And you will be even more surprised at how easily Vizard turns that single film into a whole month of content without burning you out. I really had a fun time putting this workflow together, and I hope it sparks some great ideas for your own creative work.